Inside is Sturby. Leaves it for Jensen. Jensen leaves it for Thompson. Thompson coming across, gets her pocket picked a little bit. He's going to slide it straight through. Is looking for Avery and Jensen. They both kind of went at the ring. Neither one of them could quite stab it as they checked each other. And then Avery unable to keep it. Now Maya Ovalduve has this one. She's going to cut in through the middle. Tries to drive the lane. Gets it picked off the end of her stick as Kinsley Casavenda was there. She can't quite find it. Ovalduve with a good stick check pulls it off the Northwest girl's stick. She's going to try and go short side. Didn't have much of an angle. Would have liked to have seen her cut underneath the net and hit Channing on the backside. So maybe rush the shot just a little bit there after losing the angle, but Ovalduve's just everywhere. She picks up the ring once again. Now it's Isla Nash. She's going to headman it to Kinsley Casavenda. She's going to fire a piss missile that goes off of the goalie's shoulder. Picks up her own rebound behind the net. Circling, gives it to Poffenroth. Poffenroth stops, spins, moves. She tries to pitchfork that one. Finds nothing but center mass. And it's going to be hand pass back out for Northwest, who comes down the ice looking for a fast break. Can't quite get it. I'm going to turn it over at the line to Isla Nash. Nash to Dottie. Dottie's going to slide that one ahead to Poffenroth. They pick it up. Going to cut inside, and now Poffenroth is going to fire that one and find the back of the net. Making no mistake off the pass from Dottie on the old push-pull play, and that's going to give your Avery Sting a 1-0 lead over Northwest. This all-important gold medal game. Northwest dropping their first game of the season, getting handed their first loss by Rise in this tournament. So maybe on the fall down a little bit. Lila's going to fire that one behind the net. Finds Elsa. Elsa's going to lose her heels and take a tumble. It's turned over at the top, but it's going to be a hooking call. So against Northwest on the dumping of Elsa. So she sold that one cleanly. And the Sting power play is going to come back on the ice. It has been nothing to write home about. In fact, I think it's given up more goals this season than it's gotten. A little bit of a liability, so hopefully they figured this one out. Greer brings it through, is looking for Avery. Avery couldn't quite handle the pass. She does recover, gets it back to Greer. Greer's shot is blocked. Comes into the corner for PJ. PJ looks backdoor for Avery. It gets kicked away. Greer's able to pick that one back up. She gets a bit of a hook on the inside, and a little drop pass back to PJ. Paige Jensen looking for an area, trying to find something. She's going to lose that one. It comes off the end of her stick, and Northwest clears it out to the neutral zone. You got T-Dog coming in there trying to find it. She can't do anything with it. Greer picks it up as it forced the turnover for Northwest. She does a little behind the back pass in the neutral zone to Paige Jensen, who finds a streaking Greer. Greer's able to pull this one off the line. She's going to fire that one. It almost got kicked back into the net by the Northwest goalie, but didn't quite have the steam. That one's just going to die in the crease and bring up a neutral zone an offensive zone possession for the Sting. Thompson's going to come in. She's got Kinsley Casavenda and Maya Ovalduve with her. She thinks it'll go in middle. He decides to go back to the half wall to Casavenda. Casavenda circling underneath. Pulls it across to Ovalduve. Ovalduve gets double teamed, still has it. She's got Thompson at the net side, can't quite find the lane. She's going to drop it to Casavenda. Casavenda tries to shoot. She had about 4 people in front of her, so that one never made it through. And now it's turned over by Northwest at the ringette line. Thompson to Casavenda. Casavenda with the outside shot. That one knocked down, played away. The hand pass up to the line for Northwest. They're going to get it into the neutral zone. Thompson's there to pull that one away off of the body contact from Breyer. She's going to slide it through to Casavenda, who tried to come back, get to the forehand, ran into some traffic and lost the ring on the backside. Now Northwest is going to play it up to the line, and they're going to pull that one right over the line. I lost the map there. Losing their time and space, that's going to be a violation. It's going to bring up another offensive zone possession for the Sting, who right now actually look like they've got all cylinders firing on the power play. It's played to Dottie on the wall. She's going to cut in. A little sneaky drop pass, even fooled the intended receiver, which was Channing. Emo's going to come out. She's going to pick that one up off the wall. She gets kind of popped and dropped, cut in half on the blue line. No call. Now it's going to go backside shot. A sliding Veronica Simpson was there to take the opportunity away. It's then picked up by Emo. She takes a header. Now along the balls, Channing takes a header. The arm came up and arm went right back down. So Dottie's now got it. She's going to get can opener through the middle. That should be a hooking call. And they're going to ignore it as Emo has it down low. More sticks up into the hands of the Sting players. No calls on them. And instead, they're just going to give possession back to Northwest. So I guess slashing is permitted by these referees today. We'll see how long that persists for. Northwest tried to sneak it through. It got picked off by Lila. Lila brings it up to Elsa. Elsa pushes it back for Avery. Avery couldn't quite get there. She gets out-muscled by 14 off the ring. And Elsa's going to pick it up. She comes in on a little breakaway and just slightly misses the net. Avery picks up the errand ring. We still have 22 seconds on the shot clock. Tried dropping it for Klossenhaus. She couldn't quite pick it up. PJ at the side of the net. She's going to get it down low. She's going to give the drop pass, fakes it, and then tries to slide it backside door to Avery. Couldn't quite get there. Still 8 seconds on the shot clock. She tries to bank it off the goalie's legs and inside, but the goalie sees it and hangs on. Hand pass into the corner. Lots of pressure by PJ and Avery. And then Northwest struggling to stick the ring. They're going to turn it over to T-Dog in the neutral zone, who has Casavenda. She kicks it up to her own stick, has Greer and Ovalduve with her. Casavenda finding a lane, dumps it to the side for Greer. Greer kind of turning the wrong way, didn't quite get the memo. Slides it across to Casavenda, who couldn't quite stick the ring as well. She's going to leave the nice drop pass for Greer. Greer's going to fire our first field goal of the game as that one goes over the net through the uprights. Ovalduve does pick it up, gives it back to Greer. Greer's going to just loft another one. That's going to be a shot clock reset. Casavenda looking for Greer on the backside of the net. So good passing plays and shot clock control. Ovalduve overskates the centering pass, and Northwest is just going to decide to fire this one down on the two-line pass. Kayla's back for it. She's going to try and push it to the middle. Nobody was there. Northwest brings it up. They're going to fire our second field goal of the game. So both offensive opportunities ending in field goals through the uprights. Oh, good body position pick by number 7. A little 7-on-7 violence there. Not sure why that wasn't an interference call. Probably because the referees were not paying attention at all. Weird. Sturby's going to bring this one up. Was looking for Thompson. Couldn't find Thompson. Thompson comes in. She's going to stick check the hell out of the Northwest girl. Gets the loose ring. She's coming in. She's got a hand on the inside. She's going to try and go inside outside on the double deke, but the goalie doesn't move. Hand pass, though. Unsuccessful as Emo's there. Emo gets tripped up. She goes hard into the boards where she loses an edge, and the referees say play on. Not sure why that wasn't a trip. It looked pretty textbook to me. Isla Nash is back. She got on her horse, picked it up. She's going to slide this one ahead, finds Dottie. Dottie's got Channing. Channing couldn't stick the ring. Dottie's going to pick it back up. She thought Channing touched it. The referees are going to say, I don't think so. And that's going to be a turnover into the neutral zone for Northwest to take this one back. Whoops. Once again, I do think Channing touched it. That should have been washed out. So maybe the referees were having a few too many Halloween wobbly pops last night. Maybe feeling a little hungover like some of our players were yesterday. Veronica Simpson with the big kick save. It's picked up behind the net by Lila, I think. She's going to fire this one out. Was looking for Avery. Avery couldn't quite get it. It's going to get pushed through. Channing comes in like a bowling ball, kind of takes everything out, still fighting for it. And I think the backside referee figures somebody touched it when they shouldn't have. It's going to bring up a goalie ring. She's pissed that somebody is questioning that. T-Dog's going to hand deliver the ring to the goalie. And we finally get the play whistled back in. Hand pass is successful out. And now the neutral zone pass is there. They've got a good 3-on-4 press. They're actually able to penetrate the defense. I'm really not sure where the hell our Fortress of Solitude was there, as it just got penetrated like a peewee offensive line playing a high school team. Everybody got through. And it was a 3-on-0. A 3-on-4 turned into a 3-on-0 in about 4 feet and then resulted in a tying goal. They're going to have to tighten up that defense, make sure nobody's getting in and having those kind of chances, or this is going to turn into a long afternoon. Sturby plays it over to Taylor. Taylor was looking for Casavenda, and that one gets just pushed off the end of the stick, kind of running out of real estate there. Northwest tries to stretch the ice out. They get it to the neutral zone, and now it's coming in on a quick 2-on-1. Backdoor pass was just a little off center, thank God, as Veronica Simpson had time to slide across. Big body contact behind the net. They're going to call a tripping penalty, I believe, on Northwest. Northwest looks not happy about it. Their coach, notorious for voicing his opinions and being upset at the calls of the Zebra crew. So we'll hopefully let them just keep doing that. As referees tend to dislike it. The referee giving a pretty stern talking to the player in the penalty box. She says, "Sit down and shut up. I've had enough of your shit." That's a penalty. Elsa Klossenroth plays it back to Casavenda. Casavenda dropped for Klossenroth. Klossenroth's going to skate over top. Didn't really like the shot decision there. Unfortunately, no shooting lane. It goes off of a Northwest stick, and they get possession. Now they throw it away with a boneheaded pass through the middle. My Ovaldoof's there to pick it up. Casavenda's in. She gets just absolutely pitchforked on the hands. She doesn't give up on it, gets it back. Casavenda's got it, although the Superman check comes sliding into home plate, taking the angle away. To me, that's an interference call. So Greer gets it on the side of the net. She's going to come low. Centering pass finds Dottie on the outside. Dottie's going to cut back in. She gets shoulder checked through the middle. And yep, that's going to be a roughing penalty on every country except Brazil, where they play prison rules. So she's going to take a trip to the old sin bin. We're going to have a 2-man advantage, because that wasn't looking much like a power play anyways. Now we're going to be able to go 3-on-2 down low. Hopefully control the shot clock, come up with some good plays, get the goalie moving, and find the twine on this. The passing not really starting off promising, though. Cam gets it at the top, back to Greer. Greer struggled to stick it. Cam can't stick it, and Northwest gets it back. They're all over that like white on rice, though, so they're able to get that one back in. Cam says, "Screw it, I'm just going to do it myself." She cuts in low and then fires it through the legs, the 5-hole of the goalie. And we are back on top, 2-1 with 1:40 left in the power play. Northwest parents not too pleased with the performance so far from what I can see. 48 seconds remain in the first quarter. Thompson gets her feet taken out from under her along the sideboards. That's going to be a delayed penalty coming up, as this Northwest team, known for being undisciplined, takes yet again another penalty. It's going to be 5 or 6 on the day, most of them just being absolutely boneheaded decisions. And you know it's bad when I'm saying that. So Thompson back in the center ring. Northwest I'm not sure. There we go. Now they have their personnel back on. Thompson to Avery. I'm not sure why Avery's taking that shot. There was no angle with lots of time left on both the shot clock and the quarter clock. Avery gets it back. She's going to fire it to Thompson. Thompson, she's just going to rip and zip one right by the goalie's blocker as she was expecting a pass, came back into her net, started to slide, and Thompson makes no mistake finding the inside of the post, bulging the twine to make it 3-1 on the power play. I think they were still a two-man advantage somehow though, so one of those penalties must have been a double minor or some shit, because it looks like we're still on a one-man power play, so that's super weird. There must have been a call I was not aware of. Northwest still can't get much possession, although the Sting did get that one and just fired it down the ice. I'm not sure if there was an intended target for that pass or if it was just panic and throw. Either way, we have 5 seconds to go. Thompson gets tackled, still has it, tries to get Avery, and can't quite find it. Northwest is going to push that one away, and that is going to bring up our first intermission between the first and second quarter. The Sting having a fairly strong game. Northwest being told to wake up or ship out. They're not happy on their bench right now. The Sting improving a lot of their passing. Still need to work on their shot clock and possession awareness, in my opinion. Clearly the right opinion. Right? Goddamn right it is. Feels like I've figured out my shakiness today. Yeah, Parkinson's isn't bad today. It's good. So we've got 1 minute to go till the second quarter starts. And this one seemingly lacking a little intensity. I don't know if it's me or the game. A little column A, a little column B. But I would have expected more from a gold medal match. A little more enthusiasm on both sides of the glass, but it's just not happening right now.
I'm like, so I always look for those who like feel like tap it twice when they know they're posting it and stuff like that. I'm like, they are so weird.
So the Sting will start with the win on the first possession of the quarter. If the clock workers can figure their shit out, just hit reset, then start, ladies. That's all it is. I think they're still trying to figure out how much time is on the penalty clock. And there we go. We are back in action. So 11 minutes to go in the first half. Casavenda overskates the pass as that one was in her feet. Northwest does pick it up. They seem to maybe have a little pep in their step. Perhaps they're scared of their coach. I would be. He seems like a nut bar. He loses his shit. Coming in is Channing Perversev. I'm not sure how she was able to avoid the crease, but it looked like she was. In any event, they're going to give Northwest possession back on the offensive ring. Northwest still struggling to get their personnel in order. Now they have it. They're going to circle inside. Skating through. Now they're going to fire it across. That one couldn't quite stick it as Casavenda has it. She's going to play it up to Ovalduve. Ovalduve couldn't quite get it, and so far the Sting have had 0 possession on this power play. Now Ovalduve gets it. It hit a bunch of skates. Nobody could quite get into it. Ovalduve now has it. She's going to play it up to Casavenda. Casavenda's going to spin and turn, gives it to Ovalduve, who couldn't quite handle the heat. She drops her shoulder, though, dislodges it for a moment. The Northwest defender gets it back. She's looking for the passing lane, doesn't quite have it. Ovalduve never gave up on it. Now she's got a breakaway inside. She did have a pass to Klossenroth on the backside of the net. I think I would have liked to have seen her slide it over. Instead, she took the shot. It did go center mass. And a whistle upcoming against Northwest, so that's going to give possession back to the Sting as they have Klossenroth, Poffenroth, and Dottie. So Elsa skating under the net, coming back in over top. She's going to drop it for Cam. Cam cuts in hard. She's going to try and find that 5-hole again. Can't quite get it. Klossenroth with the rebound shot. Can't get through traffic. And now it's a bit of a battle royale as Klossenroth gets her stick flipped out of her hands. Tension maybe getting a little high on this one. Dottie chasing that one down, can't quite get it, but Poffenroth does. She's looking for somebody to get open, tries to slide it back to Elsa. It gets picked off. Now Isla Nash picks it up in the neutral zone. She sends it ahead for Dottie. Dottie couldn't stick the ring, but does catch back up with it, circles behind the net. Comes in over top. Cam decides to take the backside instead of the pick side. Does get a drop pass, but has no angle as that one goes center mass. Northwest on the fast break, can't quite stick the ring. That's a seriously missed opportunity. They're going to go backside though, and now no quick stick coming off of that. They're going to give it now. It goes up. And Emo takes the block on the shot, picks up the ring. She's going to skate behind the net, coming back through. He slides it up to Avery. Avery is in trying to check that one off, and we're going to get a whistle for God knows what. So Northwest with the neutral zone possession start this out. We still have 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Northwest comes in, takes the high shot, puts the field goal for field goal number 3 through the uprights and over the net. They do get their possession back, streaking in. Lila was there. She picked it up on a good stick check, pulled it back inside, now loses it in the corner. Northwest didn't have a passing or shooting lane, so they just delay underneath. Tried to get a tricky drop pass, but tricked her teammate. Nobody was there to pick it up. Greer gets it, sends it to PJ. PJ's going to lose it at the line. It's a little bit contested now. Avery's got it. She can't quite stick it. Still tapping like a blind guy with the pole, trying to find the sidewalk. Nobody can get it. It comes back up. Northwest has it at the blue line. Now they're going to streak over top. Can't quite cross the line with possession. And Paige Jensen's just going to body check her way through, and it's going to bring up a goalie ring, as there was a bit of a line violation on that one. So Veronica Simpson's going to pick this one up, and she's going to hand pass that out towards Kinsley Casavenda, who picked it up, made the pay, was trying to get it up to MOD, couldn't quite connect. Northwest picks it up, then pisses it away. They do get it back as they go cross ice, still can't stick the ring. So Northwest having a hard time with those long stretch passes. Oh, a little bit of a body check there. Maybe they're going to say, nope, they are going to call it on a roughing penalty. I was surprised they weren't going to, although it looked a little SBS-ish to me. As my Ovalduve, the standout rugby player, is going to get the aggressive penalty. They said, you're pushing too hard. You got to go sit down. So the penalty kill for the Sting, this pairing in particular, has been quite good, tending to score more than the power play does. So hopefully we can see that trend continuing, although Northwest does have pretty good command of the ring and does like to move it around. They tend to get teams chasing. Now it's going to be an outside shot that gets blocked by Taylor. And goalie pass. Oh, Sturby kind of overskates it, gets pushed off the ring a little bit. Thompson almost stole that one. Not much of shooting our passing lane, so they decide to hang on to it. Fake drop pass, cut over top, high piss missile off the post. And Sturby's there to make sure that the open net quick stick shot can't be converted. That one should have been a goal. But Sturby was there to prevent the shot and saved one for us. Taylor gets the hand pass from Simpson, who's going to play it ahead for Channing. Channing had that one in her skates. Northwest pressing hard. Sturby picks it up. She's going to slide that one up. Can't quite get it to Dottie as it gets pulled off. And now this one gets pushed in. Veronica Simpson's there with the sliding kick save. It looked good. Now Channing trying to force the shot. The shot gets forced. It goes off of, I think, Sturby's stick. Never quite found the net. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. I think we reset a shot clock when we weren't supposed to. And good stick check once again by Sturby. They're going to say 4 in against the Sting as they just reached a little too aggressively over the line to pull that one back. And they're going to give up the possession once again and a new shot clock, but they're going to get a chance to get a change, a much needed change. So Northwest trying to make the back pass, can't quite find it. Nobody there. Cameron Poffenroth, she tries to come inside and she takes a header and is going to be getting a penalty on it. Probably a slashing call, even though she lost her way. And Northwest unable to get the shot off. Poffenroth is there. Cameron gets a tripping call. I think she tripped herself. That one's a little bit weird. I just don't think they like the aggressive nature. She went in to make the check, threw her hand up, and then couldn't put it back down. She was pot committed, so to speak. I think that's a missed call, in my opinion, on the Zebra crew, but I guess that's why they don't ask my opinion. Northwest can't decide who's going to take the center ring. Now they've got the personnel figured out. They're going to slide it back. So on the two-man advantage for 5 seconds, we'll see if Northwest can do something with it. They can't quite get it. It's in the crease. Simpson hand passes it out to Nash. Nash is going to quick stick it up to Klossenroth, who gets it. She's trying to get it cross ice. There was a bit of a change happening, though, as we are back to 5-on-4. Simpson with the big save gets that one out to Emo. Emo's going to spin and fire it ahead to Paige Jensen. Jensen gets knocked off the ring for the moment, tries to get it back. She loses the double team contest, and now they can't quite stick the ring. Northwest. Isla Nash is going to make you pay for that every single time as she cuts under the net, goes outside wide, takes a hack to her hands, and headmans it to Greer. Greer's able to keep it. She's got a streaking Isla Nash. Isla, one of the best skaters on the Sting team, able to pick up the speed and fires it net front to Jensen, who can't get the shot off. Now the hand pass is picked off by Lila. We got a whole crowd of players falling on top of each other along the boards, and Northwest picks this one up. We still have 50 seconds to go in the penalty to Cameron Poffenroth. And Northwest is going to step inside and just fire that one home top shelf. A piss missile by the standout lacrosse player, Josie. And she makes no mistake. Goes shelf and cuts the Sting lead to 1, capitalizing on the power play. The first power play goal for the Northwest team on this one. It cuts the lead 3-2 with 3:43 remaining in the first half. So it looks like the referees kind of forgetting themselves. They finally got their shit in a snit and whistle this one in. Lila's gonna bank pass it down to Casavenda. Feathering pass can't get through. Thompson's able to regain possession, fires it backside to Avery. Avery couldn't quite handle it. She gets it to Kinsley, who fires a field goal over the net. Thompson picks that one back up, goes back door to Avery. Avery didn't have much of an angle Goalie came sliding out, was able to make the save and hang on. Hand passed up to the line. They're going to be able to turn that one to the outside and come in on a fast break. They've got a streaking backdoor pass. Saw it, but couldn't quite connect. That one's going to go through to the corner. And Northwest is going to pick this one up. They're going to have it coming through. Cut over top, and it's a hard shot center mass on Veronica Simpson, who felt it but has no idea where the ring is. And now she finds it under her pad after the 5 seconds expires. So they're going to give up possession back to Northwest. 2:48 remaining in the half. A 3-2 lead for the Sting. And Northwest seemingly coming alive here in this second quarter after being pretty underwhelming in the first quarter. They're going to cut back inside, go back door. Luckily, couldn't stick the ring. That was a beautiful setup. Now, a quick drop pass is blocked by Channing Perversev. She can't quite hang on to the extra block shot. They get out muscled coming through. Now she's going to take a end over end, and it's going to be a goalie ring as everybody went through the crease on that one. A little Glenn Anderson play, if you will. Simpson gives it to Channing Perversev. She's going to go head first into the defender, or the forechecker, I should say. Unable to really fly the zone again. Maya Ovalduve is there. She's going to push it ahead, looking for Dottie. Dottie couldn't quite get a step on the neutral zone attacker and can't get possession back. Taylor just actually played pretty good body position there. I don't think that should be a roughing penalty at all. It looked a lot more like the Northwest player just kind of lost her edges and did the splits on her own. I think she was coming down no matter what happened there, but the referees saw some contact and decided that they wanted to get involved in the outcome of this one and are going to hand the Northwest girls another power play. So 2 minutes to go. Isla Nash sneaking in from underneath is able to take the option away. Now gives it to Klossenroth. Klossenroth has Paige Jensen. Jensen's going to push it aside for Klossenroth. She's going to cut middle. Doesn't quite have much of a lane. We should be trying to rag the ring. There's no need to try to force the shot or the shot clock. Just kill the time. Missed passing opportunity there. Jensen, I think, was looking for Nash. Nash was coming back to take the defensive side away. Now it's a one-on-one. And Veronica Simpson, standing tall in the net, keeps that one away. She's going to slide it to the backside for Isla Nash. It's played center goalmouth for Emo. Emo getting leaned on pretty hard. Is able to get the pass off. But Northwest is going to intercept. Paige Jensen still in there. And Jensen's going to get the penalty on that. I thought it should have been a holding call against Northwest, to be honest with you. Maybe take them both or just let them cancel each other out. Either way, it seems the Sting have caught the attention of the Zebras and are not getting any benefit of any calls in this second quarter. So it's going to be a two-man advantage with 1 minute to go. Look for the stick to come backside or off of the laser of a shot from Josie at the top. They're able to clear the zone. Now it's going to be a 2-on-1 in tight. They're going to pass it across. Simpson followed the ring flawlessly as she comes across, makes the sliding save. Now it goes to the top. Josie toe picks. The rolling ring can't be handled at the net side. They do keep possession. Now Josie's going to just fire a little worm burner through. She can't believe that found a hole in the back of the net on the two-man advantage. We're still going to be on the penalty kill as this one's knotted back up at threes, and the Sting need to get their heads out of their asses and back into this game as they have looked completely dominated this last 7 to 10 minutes of this second quarter. So after being pretty flashy and dominant in the first quarter, but pretty flat this second quarter, we'll see if the coaches can get them fired up and have an answer to come back as this one all reset at threes. 31 seconds remain in the half before the break. So Sturby's going to start. Plays it over to Taylor. Taylor's going to bring it to Greer. Greer's going to cut over top, kind of running out of a little bit of real estate. Picks it back up on the line as it was kicked away by the defender, but no real shot angle there. Then it's going to come in for the high dive bomb. Everybody goes down. Greer able to pick that one back up. Sorry, not Greer. I don't know who that is. T-Dog, maybe. No, it was Avery. So the Northwest goalie is just going to hang on to it and let the time count down. That's going to do it for the half. So what was a commanding lead and good start for the Sting has been erased pretty quickly. And it's now knotted up for threes. We're going to just meet ourselves for a few and we'll be back for the second half. All right, we are back. Northwest started with possession on this. They got a fast break inside. And get the shot off. Still 40 seconds to go on the penalty to the Sting. Northwest controlling. They took the no-angle shot from the outside. I think they were looking for a shot clock reset. Couldn't quite get it. Played into the back, but now thrown away to no man's land as nobody was there to receive the pass. The Sting were on a change. I'm going to say 4 in on this one, I think. And get possession back to the Sting. Still on the penalty kill for 21 seconds. So this one played ahead by Taylor up to Ovalduve, who's going to cut inside. She gets it knocked off of her stick. Now Ovalduve picking it up. She's going to go outside to Channing. Channing couldn't quite grab the ring there. And Northwest comes back on the fast break. They've got a 3-on-2. They're going to cut inside. A sliding Veronica Simpson's there to take it away. Veronica Simpson just all over everything. And then this is going to be a penalty, I think, upcoming to Sturby, as she drove the Northwest forechecker head first into the ice. And Northwest going to get yet another power play. So after having some discipline problems themselves to start the game, they seem to have cleaned it up, and it's the Sting now who can't seem to keep themselves out of the penalty box. Northwest having a much better, more converting power play so far in comparison. We might want to stop taking these chances away from them. stop giving them these chances, I should say. So they're going to come inside. Can't quite get that one off of the crease, although they are able to keep possession. It looked more like a crease play to me, but I don't have the best angle. Quick save by Veronica Simpson. Then it's picked up by Klassenroth, who gives it to Nash. Nash is going to play it up to Poffenroth. Poffenroth cross ice to Klassenroth. And she's going to overskate it in the corner. Cuts back to get it. Once again, the Sting still on the penalty kill. I sometimes wonder if they know they're on the penalty kill as they keep giving up really long shot clocks and fast breaks back by trying to force the ring towards the net instead of just ragging time off in a game that's tied up. So something they're going to have to figure out on this one. Now, Poffenroth can't quite get it. Northwest controlling through the middle. They're going to cut in over top, coming through. That one saved by Veronica Simpson easily. They're going to get that rebound back. Still fighting for it is Northwest. Is there like a dog on a bone all over this? Now it's a long outside shot, but misses the net and goes hard into the corner. It's picked up by Nash. Nash sends it cross ice to Emo. Emo flips it ahead, but can't get it through the fortress. And Northwest brings it back in. They're going to go with our 5th field goal of the game as that one sheds right through the uprights. Still fighting for it is Emo. Emo able to come off it. Josie takes a hard slide into home plate on the boards. But 14 picks it up. She's going to fire our 6th field goal of the game. That one over the net and through the uprights. Picked up by, I think that was Lila. She gets hauled down. Nash is going to get that one. She's going to play it in the neutral zone to Thompson. Thompson's got Greer. Gives it to Greer. Greer leaves it for Thompson. Thompson with a couple little stick moves. She's going to fire our 7th field goal of the game as that one goes through the uprights. She does get her own rebounds, trying to center it back up to Greer, and it gets picked off by Northwest. That's going to bring up our delayed penalty call. And the lackluster power play for the Sting are going to get another opportunity to turn this shit around. Avery, Thompson, Kinsley, Casavenda up front with Lila and T-Dog on the back end. Thompson plays it to the side for Kinsley Casavenda. She went net side, was looking for Avery. Avery wasn't home. She did regain it, gives it back to Kinsley. Kinsley can't quite fight off the check now. She does, gives it to Thompson. Thompson's going to come below the net. She's going to drop it for Avery. Avery goes cross ice to Casavenda. Couldn't quite stick the ring, but is able to pick that one back up. Lots of time on the shot clock, and we're going to just fire that one away. Thompson picks it up in the goal mouth. Still fighting for it is Thompson and Avery, but now Northwest gets possession. They're going to send it up the ice on a fast break back of their own. They're going to cut inside, outside, outweight the goalie, and we are going to give up another shorthanded goal on the power play, which just is not firing on any cylinders whatsoever. And unfortunately, that's going to give the lead back to Northwest, the team that just never goes away. And unfortunately for the Sting, I think a few missed opportunities on maybe some panic shots when they still had time on the shot clock to set up. So Channing's going to get this one. She drives inside. She takes a hard stick to the chest. That one not called by the referees, and then it's turned in. Now, the defender just falls, and they're going to give Ovalduve a tripping penalty, which is horseshit, because that was not a trip in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. That was literally just a toe pick by the defender who took a header on her own. So I think the Zebras need to maybe spray some anti-fog spray onto their visors and open their eyes a little bit and have an idea as to why certain things are happening, not just calling the reactions, because that was abysmal. So 4-on-4 with a back-end power play going back to Northwest. Sturby spins a couple times, was looking for Jensen. Jensen couldn't quite handle it. And Couldn't quite get out. Now is giving some pressure. Northwest going to control this one in over the blue line. They're going to cut back inside, push it to the middle. Nobody there. It's kicked away for Channing. Channing's going to slide it ahead for Jensen. Jensen sliding it ahead for Channing. Channing hadn't quite anticipated that, so didn't start skating until it was maybe too late. The hand pass goes nowhere. Jensen gets it. She gets hooked off. No call on that. And they're able to keep possession. Still 20 seconds left on the shot clock, but I think the referees need to start calling some of these hooks. So the sliding floater of a shot goes off the goalie's pad. Northwest able to pick that one back up. They're able to stretch the ice, bring it over the blue line. Highly contested 1-on-3. But the Sting unable to get possession back. Now they got their change finished off. 12's going to come in, looping around behind the net. He's going to come inside, still no shot. Finally does. Veronica Simpson's going to corral that one in and hang on. That's going to give us time to make a bit of a personnel change. Now they're going to say maybe it was a crease violation, as she's going to get the possession back for the Sting in the neutral zone. Isla Nash in the middle. She's going to play it to the side to Emo. Emo fires that one, was looking for Greer, couldn't quite get her, and now there's going to be another possession call. I'm not sure what that one was for or what the problem was there. Don't know that I care, but it is going to bring up an offensive possession. I don't know that the referees actually know what half of the calls are that they're making, to be honest with you, because they seem pretty bloody random. This one played over to Emo. Emo still looking for a lane. She drops it into traffic. Greer's going to just give her a little forearm shiver that drops the back checker, but not before she's able to fly the zone. Northwest with an offensive press now as they're going to skate inside, outside. Long shot misses the net. That one high and wide. Kind of like the old Cheech and Chong shot, high and wide. And then comes offside as Emo falls on the net. She gets caught up into that like a tuna fishing. She finally gets off it. It's going to be an offensive possession back to Northwest, though. Northwest fakes the shot. Give the old Elvis Presley Olay bullshit. And now they're going to cut up underneath. Still have possession. Give the drop pass back. No shot angle there. Ovaldew finally out of the box on her softer than baby shit tripping call. 4:21 remaining in the third quarter. The clock crew still hasn't changed the quarter. They need to get a little bit better at their jobs as Nash brings it up to Thompson. Thompson has a streaking Dottie. Dottie totally lost her own angle. Thompson picked up the errant ring and just missed the outside of the post. And that's going to bring up a roughing penalty to Northwest by number 16. And she got caught shoulder checking Dottie and going to pick up the roughing penalty. I don't actually know that I agree with it. It looked worse than it was, and I think that was more Dottie trying to get an angle than it was a body check, but at least it's consistent because they've had these SBS calls all day against us. Dottie now gets it from Thompson off the hat wall. She's going to step inside. Thompson gets the drop pass. She's going to fire a field goal over the net. Field goal number 8. So field goal count down a little bit, still more than we'd like it. Thompson, I think, needed to step into the lane a little bit closer there. I think we need to work on our picking a little bit more in practice. The centering pass intended for Thompson was picked off in the middle, and Northwest just going to fire it down the ice. T-Dog's back to get it. She's going to play it up to Avery. Avery gets press checked, is able to get that one off to Thompson. Thompson's going to try and loop it around the defender. It hits a heel. He's looking for Dottie. It ends up in the goalie's crease. Bad hand pass by the Northwest goalie. Avery gets the quick shot off, but it's kicked away. And now, Northwest coming out on a bit of a fast break. She's going to totally carry the ring over the line as she blew a wheel on the hard check. Yep, you saw that. Why would you do that to me? Why would you do that to me? That's a no need. You need attention that bad? For real. So Casavenda has it. She runs into a little bit of traffic, lost it for a second, was able to regain possession of the ring. She's going to cut low around the net, is looking to center it. That one gets flipped out. Channing tries to get the shot off. She does, but nobody can get the rebound on the shot clock reset. Jensen kind of gets away from the trip. I think that was actually a trip, not that horseshit they've been calling earlier, but they look it off. Jensen comes in. She gets hauled down from behind. Channing's still trying to get it. Her legs get kicked out from under her, and we're going to get another roughing call. Probably could have been 2 trips and no roughs on that one, so I think the referees may be getting a little confused with the calls that they're making, but a penalty is a penalty. The result's going to be the same, so we'll take it. As we go on the 2-man advantage for Klassenroth, Cam Poffenroth, and MOD for 25 seconds. Oh, it's Klassenroth back to MOD, who gives it to Cam at the net side. She makes no mistake, even though the ring travels up her stick. She's able to shake that one down and let it loose. She explodes all over the back of the net. And we're tied up at 4. Is Roman watching it? So 4-4, 2:22 to go in the third quarter. Poffenroth with the quick stick on the side of the net, just jackhammering that one into the back of the twine. Northwest able to get the turnover quickly into the corner, and I'm not sure what's going up at the net side there, but we got all kinds of man down. No calls or whistles on the play. That's super weird. Poffenroth knocked it over her own line. It's recovered by Nash. Nash is going to bring it out to MOD. MOD looking for Klassenroth, who couldn't quite stick the ring as it was just a little bit too far behind her. Northwest just going to fire it down the ice and look for a reset as Nash picks it up. And she's on the deep regroup. She's got Greer, who skates across. She's going to pick it up, draws a check. Dottie couldn't quite handle the heat. You got Avery coming in. She couldn't quite win the foot race as Captain Whitehelmet's going to bring this one up the wall. Plays it through. Nobody home. It gets flipped away along the boards. They do pick up their own missed opportunity, though, and they're controlling the clock still on the outside. In the half wall, this one's going to get played across. It's picked up in the neutral zone by Dottie. Dottie plays it ahead to Avery. Avery's going to have Dottie streaking in. Dottie does it. Was just knocked a little bit by the back checker. Greer tries to take the heel shot. It gets knocked away. Doesn't quite catch the net, so no shot clock reset on that. She's going to play it through the middle. Nobody home. It gets picked off by Northwest. Northwest coming through. T-Dog on the hard stick check. She's going to take the lane away, but can't quite find the ring. They're going to find and run into their own traffic. No friendly fire happening there against Northwest. Going to cut in over top. Good sliding save by Veronica Simpson. And now I think it's Thompson who comes in and just dumps the puck and pushes them all over. Playing with a little bit of an edge here today is Thompson. 26 seconds remain in the third quarter. This one knotted up at 4s. Gold medal game, tightly contested here. And Northwest going to play back to the outside. They do have some pretty good speed. So cutting in over top, they're going to slide it across. The shot doesn't get through. There to kick it away was Thompson and Sturby, kind of double teaming the ring. That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. Any more candy? right, we are back for the fourth and final quarter. The clock crew finally got their shit together and updated the clock correctly. PJ, forechecking hard, dumped the defender, got away with it. You're going to get a possession. They cut through the middle. She's going to try and pitchfork one through. Instead, gets another field goal number 10. We're now into the double digits on field goals today as it cleared the uprights and went through the middle. PJ does get it back. She's going to circle, laying in wait. Can't quite find a lane or a pass. She now centers it. Is looking for Channing. Channing has been fighting the ring a little bit today. She gets knocked off the ring. Alan Nash with good body position. Read that play developing like a Dr. Seuss book. Intercepts it and fires it up to Elsa Clausen-Roth. Clausen-Roth is going to go cross ice backwards looking for Nash, but there was too much traffic in the middle. Northwest going to pick it back up. Elsa was there to apply a little pressure, force the turnover as Lila has it. She's going to bring it up, was looking for Cam. Cam couldn't stick the ring. That one gets turned over into the neutral zone. Good stick check by Cameron Poffenroth, who's there. Elsa's going to just give it back on the regroup pass to Nash. Nash to Poffenroth. Poffenroth sends it up to Clausen-Roth, who takes the cross-body shot, rings it off the post to make it interesting. And that is going to be the go-ahead goal for now as the Sting go up 5-4. 9.5 minutes remaining in the ring game. We have no idea what is going on with the crew. And they're telling him, get the fuck off the ice. I think the problem is we went into overtime in the game before, and there was no provision for managing the time of that one. And the rink rats are saying, your time is up, run the clock. The referees are saying, absolutely not. We have more than enough time.
Yeah.
Is the ice time for this an hour and a half?
It's an hour and a half because they give them 15 minutes for medals.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got lots of time.
Yeah, I wonder why the rink crew's so...
Actually,
I wonder why the rink rats are so pissy about it. So Simpson with the hand pass, a good sliding save. It's a turnover back to Northwest. They're going to get this one in. It's blocked by T-Dog. T-Dog picks up her own blocked rebound. She gets tackled from behind. That was a great form tackle. Looked like an inside linebacker, number 7, stopping a goal line march. Instead, we're in Ringette, though. That shit ain't allowed. That is going to be a penalty in all 37 countries that play, including Brazil. Can't even do that shit in the Brazilian Penal League. That's where they draw the line. That's going to be a 2-minute power play for the Sting, which might be advantage Northwest, as our power play has been cheeks all weekend. What? Buns, is that better? It's been ass. Stank ass at that. So quick shot does absolutely nothing. They are going to get the offensive possession back. A quick reset. 6 seconds into the power play, we've got Paige Jensen in the middle, Thompson on the half wall. She's going to pick it up and skirt underneath. She's going to cut over top. Was looking for the back drop pass. Jensen didn't get the memo, didn't know that was coming, and somehow it ends up being a goalie ring. I'm not really sure how that works, other than I think maybe the referee just didn't know what to call, so call that. Thompson picks that one off, though, and centers it to Casavenda. Casavenda slides it back to Jensen. Jensen couldn't quite handle the flipping pass, and now it comes up for Northwest. Northwest with the 2-man press. Good stick check by Thompson as she steals that one away, gives it to Jensen. Jensen's got Thompson. She's going to shovel that one ahead. It's kind of rolling on the wall. Thompson can't get it. She's going to Zorro that shit off the sidewall. Keeps it in play for Jensen. Jensen gets whacked on the heels. And then she's going to fire a triangle shot like she's calling the Cowboys in for dinner off the range as it hits all 4 posts. Before front post, crossbar, back post, side post, and in.
Yeah.
Clitter clatter, let's get at her. It is now a 2-goal lead, 6-4 for the Sting off of the piss missile heat shot from Paige Jensen. I think she surprised herself it came off her stick like that. Now a desperation panic shot at no angle comes off of Northwest. They do keep possession though, and then they're gonna pitchfork that one back into a sprawling Veronica Simpson, who says, I got that all day long. She's gonna slide that one up to Nash. Nash plays it ahead to MOD. MOD gets her pocket picked by Josie, and now it's a contested ring along the wall. Channing Perversev comes in, announces her presence with authority, or maybe just lost her edge. It's tough to tell with the weekend she's had. Sometimes I think it's intentional, sometimes it's just a little kamikaze. Probably from the Budweisers. Socials, if you will. Lila is going to play this one ahead to MOD. MOD, finally with a little fancy stick work, was able to pull it ahead, but her pass gets kicked off, and now it's a good bounce pass up by Northwest. They're going to get stopped at the line. Little can opener on herself. Everybody's following, maybe a patch of bad ice, and now they're going to give Poffenroth a hooking penalty, which I don't agree with on that one. Unfortunately, I think the Northwest girl tried to pull a move, got her stick stuck between her legs, and then just fell Tiger Williams style. In any event, they don't care what I have to think. It's 6-4. They can't hear me. Maybe if they could, they'd change their minds. 6-4 with the Sting going to the penalty kill. Northwest power play has actually been very efficient and working quite well for them. That's going to be a goalie ring to Veronica Simpson. She's going to play it to the side of the net for T-Dog. T-Dog's going to get press checked into the boards, and then I don't know what the hell the Zebras are doing giving that one back. That looked like a pretty clear-cut body check to me. I think she might have had a little bit of an absentee seizure on that. Maybe wasn't paying attention, was off in Alice in Wonderland a little bit. That's going to be a long shot. It goes off of both Taylor and Sturby before hitting Simpson and dying in the crease. That was a good opportunity for Northwest. It just didn't come to light. Now Avery's going to play this one aside, looks for Sturby. Sturby pushes it ahead, couldn't find Greer. Greer overskates it. Sturby's going to pick that one back up and then just fire the hip check into the defender. And I think they're going to give possession back to the Sting. Nope, they're giving it to Northwest. Not really sure what the reasoning is for that. I thought that should have been a Sting possession, but I guess maybe they're going to call it on a bit of a weak interference possession call. They're going to give it to Whitehead. Whitehead's going to bring it over the line. They've got a bit of a long streak. Piss missile right into the chops of Veronica Simpson's face mask. Can't quite get on the rebound, though, as nobody from the Sting seemed to want the ring for some reason. So they just give the shot clock reset back to Northwest, who's in a bit of a shooting gallery. Ran into a bit of bad ice, couldn't get the shot off, lost possession, regained it back, and then fires our 12th field goal of the game over the net and through the uprights. They do pick up their own missed attempt, and then she's going to dive like an Olympic on the diving board. Still no calls as they're just looking everything off. Almost 12, damn near found the side of the post to slide that one home, but didn't quite have enough of an angle. Now it's going to come inside. That's going to be a 5-hole pad save for Veronica Simpson, who's just going to drop it to the side of the net for Taylor. Taylor cuts back short, pulls a little Top Gun move there. Plays it over to Sturby. Sturby back to Taylor. Taylor couldn't quite stick the ring, and now the Whitehead has it. She's going to bring this one straight up the wall. Thompson guarding her. She's not going to give her much. Passes her off to Sturby. Now it's a centering pass inside, and that backhand shot maybe came directly at me. She thought I was the goalie. Lost sight of the net. Need to map quest that one. Thompson pulls it away. She's getting hacked and whacked, hooked and chopped, but doesn't lose possession. Fires it up as Poffenroth comes off the penalty box, was looking for the pass, gave it to Casavenda to Thompson at the net side. She's going to reset the shot clock if nothing else, but then loses possession as she couldn't quite get the right body angle to keep that one on her stick. Northwest on the fast break. They've got a chance. They're going to reach around, going to fire it into the corner once again. So still that MapQuest glitching just a bit. They can't quite find the sweet spot where the net is, and it's going to come out on the fast break. Jensen gets slew-footed on the sidewall, and they're going to give possession back to Northwest. They're going to say Rubbin is racing and let that one go. A bit of a dangerous play on that. I don't like that they're ignoring those heel kicks. With some of the weak shit they're calling, you'd think they would call that. So Northwest now playing it to the side. They've got a streaker coming in. Unable to find the lane. They're going to keep possession, looking for it. Can't quite find a passing lane. Isla Nash is there to take it away. She's going to slide it ahead to PJ. PJ couldn't quite get there. It's a big schmozzle. Looks like the end of SummerSlam. Now they come out with it. They got a long shot. A sliding Veronica Simpson takes it away. And then it's field goal number 14. Isla Nash gets body checked in front. Northwest just can't quite find the hole. And the Sting are going to play it ahead. Maya Ovalduve was fighting for body position on that. Couldn't quite get it. She was a little outnumbered. Elsa's going to pick this one up. She tries to slide it through. It gets knocked away, and now it's just a sitting duck with every player on the ice pretty much trying to fight for it. And the referee's going to say enough of this and give it back to a goalie ring on the other side. Again, I don't really agree with that call. Northwest going to pick it back up the wall. They're going to get the fast break. They're going to come in. They still have possession. They're going to slide that one back door, but couldn't quite stick the ring. Elsa Klassenroth is there. Pick up the errand ring. Can't quite get it. PJ is going to get pushed out once again. No calls on the play. So Northwest has it. They're streaking across. Good backdoor pass, and they're going to field goal it over for field goal number 15. Once again, they need to maybe do some shooting practice here. Lila's going to pick this one up. She fires it back into the neutral zone, hoping Dottie could pick it up. They can't. Northwest has possession once again. They're going to send it to the sidewall. She got a little bit of the yips, couldn't stick the ring, and then it's blocked by Lila. And now T-Dog and Elsa didn't realize they were both going for the ring. They're going to be able to play to Lila. Lila's going to bounce this one up to Greer. Greer tries to pick it up on the sidewall. Can't quite grab it. She's getting, I'm not sure what the hell happened there. That's just everybody falling down. Maybe a little bit of a wet banana on the sideboards there. Greer trying to fight this one off. She gets body pressed into the wall. Poffenroth gets her stick up into the hands of the Northwest player. 2 minutes to go, streaking across. And I believe it was Lila who makes the leaping tackle to try and stop the possession. And we got another field goal on our hands. It was Northwest just panicking, maybe flexing the stick a little too much, as they've sent about 9 shots over the net in the last 3 minutes. That has got to be frustrating for their coaching staff. I guarantee it is. So Northwest with the power play, 1:48 to go, not ideal. And they're going to call a timeout as they try to figure out what the answer is to this riddle that is your Airdrie Sting.
She goes out there and she's not. That's the thing.
Everybody can see with Charlie.
She's barely got 2 eyeballs.
Do you want to see her?
So I'm sure Northwest is saying we need 2, so we got to come out, start hitting the net, stop flying them over top, make that cross crease pass, get Simpson sliding and into a butterfly to open the top and outside of the net and hit the goddamn net. The Sting are very likely telling their team to create a bit of a wall and a fortress around the front of the net, get possession and stop giving it away and overskating it to the Northwest team, and let's just get the 2 points, the gold medal, and get the hell out of here. So Josie in front of the net. I like the way this one's working. They're going to play it to the backside wall. There's no shooting lane there whatsoever. They're going to cut in over top. Josie sits down on the crease, and they're going to fire that one high and outside. I don't think Veronica Simpson could see it. There was about 4 screens set up in front. So the timeout clearly making a difference for Northwest, not so much for the Sting, as this one goes back to 6-5. 1 minute 41 seconds remain. We're back into even strength. Possession is really going to be the key on this, as we only have 3 shot clocks left, so whoever's going to control the ring is going to control the outcome of this one. Let's hope the Sting got the memo and they let them know that. MOD is going to keep it, just rag some time off. Nope, she's centering pass to Casavenda, runs into traffic. She had nowhere to go. It is picked off. MOD is just going to fire that one at the net now. Rag some time as she does have possession. We need to keep that ring in down low and off of Northwest stick. Don't give them any time or any opportunity to come out. There's still 20 seconds left on the shot clock. And Thompson says, screw ragging this shit. I'm just going to fire it in the back of the net and seal it. Clearly didn't listen to me as a lacrosse coach, but I can't really say much as it worked. It's a good thing it worked, because she would have had a long ride home. So just like that, it's 7-5 off the hot stick of City Thompson. The Northwest definitely going to have to be in sense of urgency, if not panic button mode. So Northwest plays it deep in the zone. We're into the final minute of play. That one's going to be a center mass Quantico shot straight into the chest of Veronica Simpson. She hand passed it to the side, and it's flipped out into the neutral zone. Northwest recovers. They're going to press back inside, looking for the long outside shot. Veronica Simpson is there to shut the door. Was trying to find Perversev, who could not find the ring this time. She's stick checking, looking through, and then they're going to find the inside of the post as Veronica Simpson was sliding across, lost sight of the ring through the screen, and that one was a bit of a hope and a prayer that paid off. And we're back to a 1-goal game, less than 1 shot clock remaining. 27.8 seconds. It is now 100% a game of possession. So Emo is going to play it across to Nash. Nash fires it down the ice. I would have liked to have seen her try to find a different pass or a different option, because now Northwest has it on their stick and they're trying to come in. That is not a trip. That was just a toe pick. Northwest spins, and Veronica Simpson's able to grab that, and that is going to do it. Sierra Sting win the Northwest Rumble. They come into the Northwest backyard, piss in their pool, and take home the gold medal for the first tournament of the year. No better feeling than beating the host team, especially one you haven't beaten yet, who's regarded as the best team in the league. So that's going to do it. That's it. That's all. I don't think there's a whole lot going on. Not much left to say. So we're going to cut the feed now. Actually, maybe we'll hold on to it and see if they're giving a gold medal presentation here or not. Looks like the rink rats are telling them to get off the ice. They have their own schedule to keep and would like to get ahead of it, even though there's still 10 minutes to go in the ice time before the Zambonis are instructed to come back on. So we do have the gold and silver medals to be handed out, which means we're probably going to go through the silver medals first. And I don't know if we really need to stay on live for that. I think we're probably good. I think everybody gets the gist of it. We were better, they were worse. Here's our medals. Touch each other, high fives, and then go home. So on that note, we're going to leave it off. We will cut back on just in case there's any sort of shenanigans like there was last year, where we had a little friendly fire fighting going on at the end of the game. That was awesome. All right, that's it. That's all. This has been another Elite AF production. We will see you, I don't know, later in the week when I'm sure we have another Ringette game. Or perhaps at the Pee Wee All-Star game. Till then, keep your heads up.